Hello, friends. How are y'all doing today? Good to be here with you all. I'm in my backyard once again because it's the best place to be without the kids running around and screaming and Aria trying to hit me with a golf club. So I think she's learned to hit me with the golf club because I will swing around my lightsaber and she likes to swing around with me and yeah, so, well, hey, we guess right here, right now, my good friend, maybe, Harley!
PT!
What's up?
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I was just saying, I'm sitting in my backyard. I can feel the mosquitoes already on their way to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I can already feel it. I know last week they got me pretty good. It just rained today, so I know they're out there.
Oh.
So
Yeah. I'm actually a pretty lucky person. Oh, there's a car. Hold on. Oh, there's another one. Mosquitoes don't really like me that much, which is kind of awesome.
well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Lucky.
But everybody else I know, mosquitoes like love them. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, it also depends on your blood type. Fun fact, I guess.
What's your blood type?
I don't know. So there's my first situation with that. But yeah.
I don't know mine either. It's something we should all probably figure out.
Maybe. Just maybe.
So, hey, how are you? What have you been up to? How was your 4th of July weekend? What'd you do? Did you eat anything good? Did you do any fireworks or any firecrackers?
Well, I just been like working and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yes. Work at the library. I just hit my headphone. What else have I been up to? Lots of chilling at home, obviously, as always. I think that's kind of my life right now. But this past weekend, I actually went on like a huge inflatable slip and slide thing. It was kind of awesome.
Oh, cool.
A little bit of like close family and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think I hurt my shoulder and my toe. But it's okay. It's fine. It was really fun.
Fun.
What did you do?
Let's see. Friday, we did absolutely nothing. Fridays have kind of turned into our nothing days. It's the first day that I'm off because I work Sundays through Thursdays. Friday did nothing. Saturday, we drove down to Seguin where my in-laws live, and we had great food, like tacos and other good food. I can't remember actually what we ate. I remember the tacos. They were amazing.
Nice.
And then we came back before it got too dark. But as we were entering Killeen, it was just getting dark. And I have never seen in my entire life so many fireworks fired off at the same time. Like, I'm telling you,
Really?
It was like like how you come into Killeen and you can be like a little high up so you can see everything. We saw nonstop, just through the air, fireworks everywhere. It was like everyone and their moms were like, "Hey, this year we're gonna do fireworks in case they all expire or something." I don't know. And so we remember seeing all the fireworks and it was everywhere. But yeah, did that Sunday church, and yesterday we actually had a day off, so that was nice. And so had my parents over, and we had our own little mini celebration and just hung out.
Nice.
So,
Awesome. Hamilton on Disney Plus.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
I believe my wife is actually watching it inside right now. Let me see if I can...
nice.
I want to see. I'm pretty sure she is.
I can see
Anyways.
the window, like, near the front door, but I can't see, like, the TV.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I don't know. Okay, she's watching it, though. She was watching it when I left, so.
Watched it.
Yep.
When did I watch it? Was it Sunday night? Yeah, I think it was Sunday night. And Oh my goodness, amazing. You know, maybe I did lie about the mosquito things.
Oh man, they're like there's like 5 of them that are like trying to get me right now. All right, I'm gonna try and move over to the Wi-Fi because I keep going in and out. I think. Oh, you know what I need? Hold on, this is gonna be a game changer. You guys are gonna join me for a second as I go into my house.
Nice.
All right, where is it at? Hey, son. Say hi. Say hi to people.
Hi, Jim.
Jim, say hi. No? Okay. All right. This is what I came in here for. You know what this is?
Is it a bug zapper?
It is a bug zapper. It is probably the coolest thing that I own in this house.
Whoa.
All right. These mosquitoes want to come near me. They're going to get zapped. All right. So, hey, speaking of Hamilton and July 4th and U.S. history in general, you are a history major, correct?
Correct. Indeed.
Cool. Do you enjoy U.S. history? Do you enjoy learning about the histories of the U.S.?
Yeah. Some of it is angering, which, you know, kind of for everybody. But I do enjoy, like, learning about it so I can be knowledgeable.
Right. Yeah. I've always had I won't say always, but when I've always liked history. But when I was in the 8th grade, I had a phenomenal U.S. history teacher by the name of Mr. Mike Pierce. And the way he kind of detailed history, he would bring things in. When he was talking about the U.S. history, he brought in like muskets and like really cool things. And just kind of, just different things. He did pro presenter. And so like every history teacher I've ever known, like they would just read out of the book kind of thing. And this guy was like, here, let me show you all this different stuff. And it kind of enthused me to do the same thing that you did, is to go to school to be a history major. And so, but with that being said, I have some fun questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's fun facts, but I'll kind of try to pose them as questions.
Okay.
Where is the Statue of Liberty located?
It's in water.
Well, you're not wrong.
Is it a bay? Is it in a bay, or what? Am I saying like just a state?
Give me a state.
New York.
Give me a city.
City, New York City.
So that is a popular opinion, including mine, up until like 3 hours ago. I found out that the Statue of Liberty is actually physically located in New Jersey.
No way.
Yes.
What?
It's like I can't remember how he explained it in an article, but it was like exactly where it's at. Technically speaking, where the line is drawn, it's in New Jersey, like Jersey City. Yeah, just completely like shattered my brain for a few minutes. I've been lied to my whole life.
No, yeah, genuinely. So in the water, where it's like bordered in the water is technically New Jersey?
Yep.
Well, you learn something new every day. You really do.
You really do. So there you go. It's like all the things I'm sure that we're learning recently about U.S. history that's been like hidden or just not exposed. This is one of the things that I thought I knew and that I thought I had down. It was like,
and that you were very confident in knowing. Yeah. I was like, oh,
if it was on a test, I would have failed.
Oh yeah, no. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay, here's another one. The current U.S. flag. Give me a guesstimate as to how old do you think the person was that designed it? I know it's weird. I'm trying to put these in question forms, and this one's not that.
How old were they when they?
Sorry, there are mosquitoes coming. Oh my God! Did you hear that?
Oh, I did. Whoa.
Okay, sorry. Well, say your question. I went out there for a second.
It's okay. So, like, how old the person was when they designed it?
Yes.
I'm going to say they're either really young or really old. Because it's always going to be one of those, like, shocking things. I'm going to say 17.
You hit it right on the mark.
No! What?
So
Oh,
in
genius.
1951, 50 or something like that, it was a class project to like have their class like draw up different designs because Alaska and Hawaii were just brought into the Union. And so they're like, hey, they have to redo the flag. And so just send in some designs. Who knows? Congress might pick it out. And so they drew up all these different designs. And the guy that did it got a B- from his teacher. But the teacher said, hey, if Congress or anyone likes it, I'll bump up the grade. And sure enough, Congress
What?
approved it. It's like, hey, this will be our official flag. And then the teacher went back and gave him an A+.
No way! That's kind
Yes.
of insane.
So like
I
you would
had
think
no
like, oh, they
idea.
would hire some professional guy, like, hey, let
Yeah.
me figure this out. No, they got a high schooler. Just, let me figure this out.
That is insane. Why is that not talked about?
I don't know.
Also, I didn't know it was designed in 1951. I don't know why my brain kind of just thought it was, there
Well,
for like ever.
I mean, it wasn't like completely redesigned. Like, like the American Revolution, you had like the Star Spangled Banner, but with like 13 stars. It was like that
Yeah.
circle thing. And so it wasn't like, and it's always been somewhat a variation of that as states keep adding into the Union. So, but we've been this way the longest since 1950. I can't remember what year exactly. I think it was exactly 1950 when, I think it was Alaska that was the last state that was added in.
That's crazy.
It is. It is crazy. All right. I got
Wow.
another question that's going to turn into a fun fact.
Okay.
If you were to name a president who you think has preserved most of the U.S. national wildlife, who do you think it would be?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Wow! 2 for 2!
I definitely knew that one because didn't he made like the national park, right?
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow, impressive, Harley.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I have here, he says he protected 230 million acres of public land. He set aside 51 federal bird reservations, 4 national game preserves, 150 national forests, 5 national parks, and 18 national monuments.
Wow.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. He's very, yeah. Nice.
I'm impressed, Harley.
Thank you.
I mean, I think I would have I don't know, I might have guessed it after a few tries, but you got it right on the first one. That was impressive. All right. Last question.
Okay.
What was the official day that the U.S. declared independence from Britain?
The day?
The official day.
Oh, man. Declared independence or like officially won independence?
Declared. Because I know you know the the other one, because that's like 1983 when we won the war. But no, what was the day we declared it?
Is it super obvious and I'm just...
Who knows?
Is this a trick question?
Huh?
Is this a trick question?
Could be. Come on, you're 2 for 2.
Oh, man. Because
Or 2
obviously
for 3.
we have July 4th, 1776.
Mm.
But
Mm.
I know that's not correct.
Mm.
Is it?
Or you could be. I could just be messing with you.
I feel like it's July 5th.
Mm. Why would you say that?
I don't know. I just feel like that's correct. No. Wait. It would have to be before the 4th, then. Right?
Say what?
It would have to be before the 4th, in theory. I'm going to go with July 3rd. July 3rd.
Oh, you're so close. July 2nd.
Ow! No.
2 days. So the congressional, it was not a Congress, it was the delegates from all of the colonies on July 2nd declared together that they were going to and signed or made the Declaration of Independence. But it wasn't first signed until July 4th by John Hancock. And if you want to get really technical, it wasn't finished being signed until like August. I can't remember who the last guy that signed it was, but Yeah,
Isn't it John Hancock? He wrote his The Biggest.
that's
That
right.
guy.
Yep. Yeah, he's the one that made it big so that the king wouldn't have to take off his glasses to see it, or put on
Wow.
his glasses.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yep. Well, you got 2 for 4. That's not bad, Harley. You
Nice.
got a 50.
I'm also only halfway through my degree, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
Look, to be honest, I didn't know all of them, to be honest. All right. Well,
Hey, someone said hi.
oh, hey, who is that? Trey? How you doing, Trey?
Hello, Trey. How you today?
Hope you're doing good, Trey. All right, Harley, you brought up a great topic to talk about today. What is it, and what excites you about this said topic?
So, the topic is controlling emotions. And I think what excites me, per se, about this topic is the fact that it pertains to myself because it's something I'm not proud of, but I can be very, like, not over angry, but, like, I can get pretty angry about things that really I shouldn't even be angry about.
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, even other people are like, Harley, like, hey, calm down, like, it's okay. And I'm like, no, I'm angry. I mean, I don't, like, lash out on people, but I'm just, like, internally angry. But, yeah, that's one thing that I want to control for myself. And I feel like if other people struggle with controlling their emotions, then it's something that should be talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this then, since you've kind of made it applicable to yourself, but let's kind of go into broad terms about emotions. What would you say are some of the pros and the cons, generally speaking, about emotions?
I think a pro about emotions shows that you have the capacity to, feel, relate to others, enjoy things. You can understand when something is upsetting, if that makes sense. So, like, if it's a negative thing, you have the capacity to be like, oh, I'm upset about this thing because it's a negative thing. Or if it's a happy thing, then you'll be like, oh, I'm happy about it. And I think the biggest thing is just not helping, but in relation to others, emotions is like a really big thing. Because if you don't have emotions, other people are going to be like, I don't want to be friends with this person.
It's like Spock or what's his name, Sheldon.
Yeah, and it's like they're a sociopath. I'm not saying sociopaths are a bad thing, but it's like, hey, guy.
Yeah.
What?
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Well, I'm sure you believe this, but we both are in agreement that we believe that God created emotions, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of pin it down to, like, I believe emotions have a role in how we are supposed to function. Now, you mentioned some of the pros. Can you kind of, let me ask you this way. What would you say are some of the biggest emotional acts that you've witnessed or that you remember from high school? Because I think we're going to see a lot of cons come up really quick.
Oh, like, can you give an example?
Say again?
Can you give an example?
I mean, like, what would you say, like, are the 3 biggest emotions that you remember seeing in high school? Because I think because I don't want to give it away, because I think it's not like a trick question or anything. It's just, what do you witness being like, oh, wow, I know that person is blank, or that person reacted this way, or whatever like that. And I think I'm going to get to a point here in a minute, but how can I explain this? I'm trying to say this the best way I can without giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess just kind of like, what are some of the things that you remember in high school? Like maybe your own personal experiences or seeing people or hearing about things. Like for me, one of the biggest things I remember in high school were people got really angry over nothing. And so anger was probably a big one. And like rage and like, yeah. So kind of going into that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't understand your question, so I was like, but it was exactly what I was like thinking. Let's see. Okay, I don't know exactly how to explain the emotion, but like when people get into breakups and there's like lots of drama and people, I guess it's just like anger and sadness combined. Lots of that.
Yes.
There was also, yeah, like you said, lots of anger, even just in like, high school fights, even like sports
Right.
tournaments. People would get angry over like the other team. Let's see, sadness. People like students who go through like depression and anxiety, and it's really not spoken about. And since it's not acknowledged, people can transform that misunderstanding into anger. And it can just, rather than just being sad, someone's going to be like lashing out and stuff like that. So I think those were like the biggest cons that I saw in like high school.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then, since we kind of went to this pros and cons. Would you say that emotions are bad, even the sad, angry ones?
No.
Explain.
Well, I just feel like, yeah, they kind of like suck at the time, but it's the only way that you know how to like react in the moment. And obviously you're gonna have to learn how to change that in the future, but it's not bad to experience it as long as you're willing to change it and like grow. But if we don't experience a wide variety of emotions, then I feel like we're almost not human, and we're not what we're kind of meant to be, which is to like be human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it comes down to, and what I've been learning as I've grown and as I've just, I try to listen to podcasts and try to funnel my emotions, is that it's a lot about, it's not about treating your emotions as a right or wrong, but rather how do you respond to said emotions, and how do you, what your actions fall into place. Because you think about it, you look in scripture, you see plenty of times people get angry and get upset, but there are good reactions and bad reactions.
Yeah.
You look at, David is probably one of the big examples. He had a lust over another woman, a married man or a married woman, and he carried that action out to a wrong extent. Jesus, he wept with people. He literally, it says that he cried over people's deaths, and that he cared about, several times he cried for people's losses, and he even got angry at some points and like turned tables. And so I think it all has to do with, obviously there has to be a level of using the Holy Spirit and using an understanding of when it's wise to use those emotions. So let me ask you this then. Could you give me some wise examples of how to channel what people might assume are bad emotions into good actions?
I think hopefully I answer your question well, but for me personally, especially in like when I get angry, hello, Michaela and Tuckers.
Hey,
hello. Y'all. I think whenever I get angry, my biggest thing is to like breathe and like just make sure I calm down before I take action. And so, and when you're able to like calm down and like, hold on, there's a car. Whenever you're able to like calm yourself down, you're able to approach the situation with a level head, and that usually will bring a better outcome to the situation, because you're able to like more effectively communicate, because you don't have this like emotional bias, if you will. Hi, Jorge.
Hey, man.
I think that's the biggest thing for like anger. Oh yeah. I think with sadness, it's honestly a matter of being willing to communicate, I think, because your sadness can easily obviously turn into anger, and that's when situations can go like south. But if you're willing to be open-minded with other people's responses to like your sadness and hear what they have to say to help you, then
Right.
I feel like maybe it could help you learn and change what you're going through at that time and be able to become like happier and more joyful person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I always come back to this question of, if emotions are good, then why did God allow us the capacity to feel, like, I think what people would phrase as too much, like feel too much sadness or feel too much hate or anger? Why would God allow the capacity for us to feel those things? And I think it comes down to, just like anything else in life, there has to be a level of control and a level of, and I think you kind of touched on this earlier, is that God gave us those feelings so that we can know to have compassion for others. And so when there's injustice in the world, we want to have compassion and sadness and mourn with those who mourn, but we also want to channel that emotion into positive energy and positive action, speaking up for the oppressed, speaking up for people who are hurting. And so, I think about anger and rage, and, I think about how Jesus responded to anger and how he responded to things. It wasn't through a direct response most of the time. It was through there was actions. There was, hey, I remember I was actually reading this morning, when Jesus he was through this big crowd, and he saw this one person in a tree named Zacchaeus, and he was a short guy, but he was a tax collector who everyone pretty much just hated. And he knew that by inviting himself to his house, that he was going to get a stir reaction. And I think that was the point, is that he wanted to stir the emotions in people, not to make them mad just to make them mad, but to get them mad to begin to think about why he was choosing to go to Zacchaeus' house. And if you read the story, Zacchaeus, once he allowed Jesus to be a part of his story, Zacchaeus gave away more than half of all of his belongings to people and basically stopped stealing from people. And it was Jesus was turning the narrative upside down by saying, look, yes, you can be angry at people like Zacchaeus, or you can respond by inviting them into your lives and see what they could possibly do with that. And so that's always been how I've tried to channel my emotions, is to take a pause, take a breath, to look at everything around, to look at all the circumstance, look at all the what's going around, and try to choose, what would Jesus do in this situation? How can I respond in what we call love, or in, I think what God explains it as a true form of action, or positive action. And so, yeah.
It sounds really cliche, but the whole like, what would Jesus do thing is such a like good thing to think
For
about,
real.
And just be like, hey, calm down. What would Jesus do?
It almost makes me angry sometimes to know that phrase is cliche. It's like I'm almost a little upset at Christians in the 90s that kind of like overkilled it. It's like, because it's such a great concept to get into your brain of, if you could just think how Jesus would act in this situation. Just take the pause before you say anything, before you send that text, before you post that comment, before whatever it is. Think about what Jesus would do. Think about how he would respond. And so, all right, so let's talk one more thing about emotions. If you were to give advice to your younger self in high school regarding all these things that we talked about with emotions, with relationships, friends, romantic or otherwise, how would you advise yourself to treat emotions?
I would tell myself that it's okay to feel things. Because I think that was the biggest thing for me, was I was scared of feeling love for people. I was scared of feeling too happy. I was scared of being too sad. I was scared of being too angry. And it's like, if you don't if you don't let yourself feel, then things can just get worse.
Right.
And to also like know that there are people who care about you and want to hear how you're feeling and want to help you understand how you're feeling. Because for such a long time, I thought I was the only one, not that I was the only one feeling these things, but that no one would understand why I'm feeling these things.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't handle it like I probably should have. But I think that would be the biggest thing, is to let myself feel, and then to also know that I have to talk to people in order to understand and grow from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, luckily, I think it's starting to change, but there has been such a taboo on therapists and going to therapy. And I personally haven't gone to one, not because I don't want to, but just a lot of different reasons. But I'm glad that it's starting to become less and less taboo, less and less something that people are made fun of, because that's what therapists are there for. They're there to help guide you through your emotions, help guide you, and to communicate with you without being judged, and without because honestly, there's a lot of people who, rather, they have trusted people, but maybe those trusted people don't know how to articulate or how to professionally walk you through these emotions and through your circumstances. And so yeah, I'm thankful for therapists.
Yeah. I'm also really glad it's becoming less taboo. It's really cool, honestly, to like see more people being like, I go to therapy, I kind of need it. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like, please keep going. Like, it helps. It helps a lot of people. And a lot of people used to be scared of it because, like you said, like, there's this huge taboo of being, like, labeled, oh, she's crazy, or he's crazy, or they're crazy. And it's like, no, like, they just want to talk, like, with somebody who knows exactly how to help them.
Yeah.
There's
I agree.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Harley, I think we're coming towards the end of our time. Is there anything that you would like to ask me? Anything that you want to get off your chest? Anything that, or people that are in the comments, if you have any questions, and I think it's just one or two people right now, but if you got any questions, thoughts, comments, Harley?
No, I don't have any like more comments. I feel like we both kind of like covered good bases, but I just wish, I think the biggest thing is just, I want people to not be scared of how they feel. And even though it is scary, just like to feel things that you don't understand, know that there are people who will want to help you and like talk to you with like about them. Especially like as a teenager, like there are adults who have gone through the exact same things you have gone through, and they want to help you through it. Like, But
it's kind of frustrating. I'm sure you kind of now know, Harley. It's kind of frustrating as an adult to kind of have people that you care about that are still in high school or younger, and you go, hey, you know, you can kind of see the signs of like, you know, trouble or whatever. Like, hey, you need to talk. You're like, no, it's like, no, you don't understand, or you don't know, or you know, it's like, okay. You know, it's like, I don't want to force anything, but at the same time, I've been there. I don't want to tell you how to live, but at least, you know, it helps to at least just talk about it. Like, hey, this was my experience. This is how I got through it. And I think too, it's important to talk about, one, I think you hit it right on the head. I think it's important to just have communication with others and to not be afraid to feel, but also to talk about the balance that's needed, because it's important to feel emotions, but sometimes it's wise to, I want to say this the right way, to not hold back, but rather to think before you act. I mean, I know it's a simple cliche, another answer, but, you know, how many times have people, you know, I remember just in high school, how many times did people go and get in trouble because they responded to an incident instead of just pausing and thinking about what they're going to say? You know, I think about too, like all the power struggles and all, you know, corruption and everything that's happening around the world. I think a lot of it has to do with people that are in power don't know how to control that power, control that sense of entitlement. And so, Michaela, what did you say? You said usually when we overreact emotionally, it's due to life experiences. I agree. Trauma changes the way your brain processes things. Couldn't agree with you more, Michaela.
It's very true.
That's why it's important to have someone to talk to you about these things, because sometimes, you know, trauma you just said it, Michaela, can sometimes cloud our judgment and cloud how we process what's happening around us. And so I think that's wise to have people that we can go to, whether it's trusted mentors or what we're talking about, counselors. And so,
Facts.
Cool. Facts. Harley, thank you so much for having another conversation with me.
No problem. I always enjoy them. They're lots of fun.
Yes, thank you for blowing my mind for getting 50% in the history questions. You know more about it than I do, apparently. Oh, you know what? I got an idea. One of these days, you and I are going to have like a history face-off. Like I'll get someone to like make a quizette for us, and we'll go down to it.
Oh, yes. That sounds awesome.
I don't know how good you are at geography, but did you ever like in middle school or high school try to did they make you memorize all the states and the capitals?
Yes. Well, not the capitals, but we mostly focused on just like the states.
Yeah. So I remember in an episode of Friends, they did this challenge where, is it 6 minutes? They challenge you to try to name all the states in 6 minutes. And you do it with friends, and the
name
person
all the
who
states?
Name all the states by memory.
I can do that. There's a song.
Oh, you know how the song memorized?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, cheater. I've never learned. I had to learn.
Well,
See, the way my brain works is I have to like see a map. Like if you give me a map, down easy. I'm a visual person, day in, day out. Give me the state shape, I got the state.
Maybe we should just do that instead. See who can label all the states in 6 minutes.
Oh no, we froze. You there?
Oh, hello? Hello? Do you see me?
I see you.
No? Oh, okay. Did you hear what I said?
Not at all.
Oh, I was going to say maybe we can just label the states in 6 minutes.
Oh, I'll beat you at that really quick.
You know, probably, but I'm going to try.
All right, we'll do one of each maybe, like, because I'm telling you, like, I have this app on my phone where you just try to guess the states and based on the shapes, and I'm really good at visual. I'm just a visual learner, so when I learned the states back in middle school or elementary school, I put a shape in my face, I could get it even like the squared ones, like Colorado. Like I know the small differences.
What? No, I do not. I remember taking the test in like my junior year of high school, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got, I think, a 100. But I remember in 5th grade, like learning the song to memorize all the states. I can tell you the names, but I could not tell you most of the shapes of them now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, fun fact, I don't know where he went, but some guy just rode past on a goat cart. Oh, not a goat cart, a golf cart. That's what that's called. And holding a little doggy.
Nice.
It's kind of amazing. I don't know where he went, but that was like the best experience of my life.
How fun. Cool. All right, Harley. Well, I will let you go. Thank you again for joining in for this conversation. Next time we chat, we're going to have like some kind of competition going on, and we'll do it, and it's going to be amazing and brilliant. And so,
yes.
Harley, thank you so much. Have a fantastic night. Friends, I'll see you all next time. Next week, we'll have another special guest. That's it.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.